Okay, hopefully we're live. I never know with OBS anymore. It says starting. Alright, say something, Irish? Alright, cool. We got you. Alright, cool. So what's up, everybody? This is Broken Controllers, episode 12. I'm your host, BTG Inferno, and I'm joined by my co-host, Irish. What's up, man? It was a quieter week after E3. E3 is always a little slow. We got some next-gen console news that we're going to go over here. For the description, talking big news for PlayStation, next-gen consoles might be able to contest PC, and Microsoft foregoes the 1.5 systems next-gen. So that's what we're talking about today. Microsoft is not going to make another 1.5 system. So let's dive right into it. Irish, what are you playing this week?
Currently I'm playing some Destiny 2 Forsaken. Just got back into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that that's gonna have seasons to it. Okay, so what do you mean by that? Like, because I don't touch Destiny, like, I don't play as much as I used to. Well, like, because... So are they going to release another annual pass then? Okay, that's kind of an... Oh, okay. Okay. Right, yeah. Well, I mean, if they're going to release another annual pass... Right. So, what is the next DLC all about? When is it releasing then? Fall. Okay, so we don't really know. They didn't give it like a definite release for that. September 17th. Okay, so it's a little bit before Halloween, but that'll be perfect, dude. Looking forward to it. Right, right, exactly. So going, that's one of the things that I really like about Destiny. They actually take advantage of all the seasons and stuff. So RPG feeling, right? Right. They actually used the term MMORPG this time around. Yeah, and right, and that was the other thing. Like that was kind of big news. Them using that term, MMO, because they stayed away from that for the most part. So I'm interested to see where they go with it at this point, because they're actually treating it like a true MMO at this point. So, but okay, what is that? I think it's not. Okay, so it's like augmented reality type stuff. Okay, how is it actually? Okay. I've never been like I've never been a huge Harry Potter fan, honestly. However, I did watch the movies, and those movies were pretty cool. They had some really good special effects in them, no doubt. So, did you read the books and all that? Okay, so that was Order of the Phoenix, right? Okay, all right. I didn't know. I mean, I, I'm like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter, but is it worth checking out? Yeah. Okay, augmented reality type stuff, huh? It's visually appeasing. You said. Okay, cool. Is that everything? All right, cool. I'm actually sharing this out to Twitter real quick, so like the hashtag system or the tweeting system or whatever. Oh, I just gotta tag some people here. I should get this set up here. I should do like a copy paste thing, shouldn't I? Like all the tweets or all the retweets or whatever. Seems like it'd be helpful. Someone's trolling you. Yeah, a lot of people. Anyway, going into what I played a little bit of some Halo this week. Me and my brother always hop on that every once in a while, get on there. It's actually a new season, so we're currently trying to rank. And every season, you have an opportunity to rank in a different class for each season. So, for instance, there's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, onyx, and champion. And there's tiers within each of those ranks, except for onyx and champion. If you reach onyx, you're in the top 2,000 in the world. Champion, you're in the top 200 in the world. So you can see how that get really, competitive up to that point. You're talking about the pros at that point. And my brother and I have faced the number 2 and number 1 player in the world in doubles, and I'm not saying we did well. We got dominated, but it's pretty cool to have that ranking system and to get somebody that high level, and you're like, whoa, we're going up against these people, So that was a lot of fun, and we didn't face them this week, but like as time goes on, you play these games and you figure out that some of these people are really, really, really good at the game. And that's not to say, like, I don't know, like, I kind of have a little bit of respect for that, because people that, go pro, that's not an easy thing to do. So it seems like if you have that kind of skill within you, then that's definitely impressive. So we ranked in a couple things, ranked in doubles, ranked in Team Arena and SWAT, and then I ranked in free for all. So those are kind of the big ones that we play, So that was a lot of fun. There was another thing that I played. I played some Mortal Kombat, and I got the Combat Pass, which is the season pass for Mortal Kombat or whatever. And I'm actually going to put on some Shang Tsung gameplay. I haven't played a whole lot with Shang Tsung, but I have been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat. And actually, I'll go into streaming after we're done here, but this is the Shang Tsung gameplay. And I'll just leave that up while we talk about it. So basically, they released the Combat Pack 1, which was Shang Tsung. I was under the interpretation that they'd be releasing like 4 characters, but I guess not, with that said, I mean, they released Shang Tsung, and he's a good character, Now, I said before when we talked about Mortal Kombat, like, juggling is a lot slower with this game. You know what I mean? Like, juggling isn't a huge thing in this game. More what wins you matches in this game is your defensive tactics and your ability to chain combos together. Now, whether that's juggling or just linking them together, that's what wins you matches. Excuse me. For instance, yeah, I mean, he's a really cool character, dude, because he takes the souls of other characters and becomes that character. You know what I mean? And it's hard to yeah. Anyway, this is somebody else's stream, so shout out to Rajman Gaming HD. So free advertising. Anyway, no, but for sure, Shang Tsung becomes the other characters, and actually they have a setup in this game. Obviously it's not competitive. He's a lot less interesting as a character competitively, but what I can say is for this game, uh, they have a setup to where you can be Rain and you can be Reptile, and Smoke was the other one, I think. You can be, I don't know, you can be three of the people, but that setup is only for casual play. You know, uh, for King of the Hill and versus casual. I'm more into ranked, and that's what I play really. But I mean, with that said, I mean, if you can be the other characters that aren't in the game, why not take advantage of that? You know. So, but played that. Played that. I am currently. Last time I checked, I was number 272 in the world in this game. At this game, I'm scheduled for a tournament August 17th, so I still got a lot of work to do. But I'm at a point now where I'm starting to see my skills improve. So, and I think they're going to be scheduling that on Twitch. Here's one of his brutalities here. That was pretty sick. I haven't got to see that yet. And that's cool that he transforms into the person that he did the brutality on. It's pretty sick. I beat a level 71 earlier today who had a 14 win streak. I beat him. So I was pretty happy about that. What's that? Yeah. So he's 20-1. 20-1. And I beat him. I was happy about that. So, yeah. But that's Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay for you. I just wanted to show you guys that Shang Tsung trailer there, or Shang Tsung gameplay there. Moving forward, so with the announcement of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass being out there and being what that is, I got really excited because I have a PC. I have the ability to play Game Pass. I have the ability to try this out, and honestly, like, I was really looking forward to being able to check it out and actually, like, see what Game Pass had to offer for PC. So I went ahead and downloaded it. First off, tons of problems, tons. Like, I'm not talking gameplay problems. Okay, I'm talking like installing the Game Pass app on PC. So I had to Google this, or I had to YouTube it. So I get on YouTube. I look up this video. He's like, "All right, let's go ahead and access Game Pass." They don't make it obvious that you need the app. So I go and download this app, and I go to sign in, and it goes, "Oh, we're sorry, you don't have an account linked with your Xbox device." But I'm signed into the Xbox app, right? It says, "Sorry, we don't have your account linked to an Xbox device." So it didn't let me. It let me install the app. It didn't let me um, complete the installation. Right. Exactly. So so I make an entirely separate PC account, and I go online, and I make a Gmail, and I go through it, and because I already have one Gmail tailored to this account, or linked to this account, so I just figured I'd link another Gmail to it, and then it'll let me play with my Xbox account on PC Game Pass. So that's what I did, and I linked my Xbox account with my Gmail, both my Gmail accounts, and then called it good. You know, and then it let me sign in, and it let me do the installation. All kinds of problems. It was just a huge pain in the ass. With that said, I got to play Gears Ultimate Edition Windows 10, and the big bummer about being able to play this game is that to go back and actually complete the series, if you want to actually complete the series, you have to play through Gears 2. And right now that game is really old. So, I mean, it looks good, but I mean, other than that, the mechanics are really old for that game. And then there's Gears 3 and Gears 4. So, Gears 3, 2, and 3, you'd have to play on Xbox because those aren't play anywhere for PC, and there's no known copies that I know of that have it available for PC. So, the bummer about playing that game is in order to complete it, you're going to have to go and play 2 and 3 on the Xbox. But with that said, like I said, um, the game looks incredible, and like I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm still having a lot of fun with it. You know, I'm still gonna go play it and continue to run through it. But I'm actually playing on the keyboard because I usually play these kind of games with the. Do you do any PC gaming, Irish? You play with controller or mouse and keyboard? Right. 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 Cody Bankin says, What up, Matrix fam? How are you? What up, Cody? How's it going, bro? Hope you can subscribe and hit that bell. Share out the stream. Whatever you got to do to support us. Appreciate it. Shout out to chat. Um. Anyway, I any kind of fighting game I'll play with uh any kind of fighting game I'll play with a controller. With that said, I wanted to play Gears of War Ultimate Edition with the mouse and keyboard because it seemed a little bit more. Seemed a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? PC oriented. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. The game looks really good. They changed up the mechanics now with Gears Ultimate Edition. They actually went all in on the theater stuff. So like for the cutscenes or whatever, they actually like changed the cutscene animation entirely. Like it was really impressive to see that. You know, and they did different facial expressions, and I'm not exactly sure if the game was built from the ground up, but I do know that the voices were used. You know what I mean? The same voices were used, so that's a huge plus in my opinion. You know, um, remakes, remasters, whatever you want to call them. You know, like I played Lunar Harmony Silver Star, which was the Lunar remake for PlayStation 1, and that um, that game didn't have the same voices. Now they did get the same girl to sing the opening, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, they took that remake very seriously, and they take the remake of of Gears very seriously. So I was very impressed with that, and I hope that they do a remake for 2 and 3 because it would be really cool to see how modern they can make those games in graphics and mechanics. Like they really did a good job with that game. Like I didn't give it the chance it deserved, but I will say like it was impressive. So definitely, yeah, yeah, dude. If they did a remake for that and dropped it on the PlayStation or yeah, on PlayStation or Xbox, really, like I'd buy it, dude. So the streaming quality is pretty rough right now. It's kind of a bummer. 2618. 2618, I think. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Oh, there we go. It seemed to pick up there. It seemed to pick up a little bit. But it looks like it's hitting right at like down in the thousands. I've been having problems with my internet, but it's probably my router, honestly, to be entirely honest. It's looking a lot better now, like the actual stream is, which is frustrating. But it is what it is. Um, I gotta get this internet fixed, man. They're not doing a good job at all. All right, going forward, I played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts on Critical Run. I did a Critical Run. I did not stream it. I was gonna stream it. I didn't get a chance to just sit down and actually stream the yeah, the Critical Run. But unfortunately, it was just one of those situations where I didn't get a chance to do that. So I went to hang out with a friend last night, and unfortunately, we didn't get back till late. So it was just one of those things where I didn't get to stream it. I played a little bit of it, kind of settled down, and then went to fall asleep. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Anybody that watches my streams knows that I streamed um, Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 and 2, and then also streamed 3 on Mixer. So Shay Love says, well, hello in chat. What's up? How you doing? She's from Madhouse Inc. on Twitter. If you guys want to join that, just hit Irish up. He'll get you in. So cool. Moving forward, that's really it. I mean, that's really all I got. So we already talked about Mobile Minute in the in what you played. So moving on to my little handy dandy outline here. We'll skip new releases for now. Industry news. So big news for PlayStation. So the headline this week: Sony's looking to eliminate loading times or loading screens entirely by as early as the next PlayStation 5 launch. So basically, the short of this is on comicbook.com. It was an article written by Tyler Fisher. Explains that Sony is aiming to eliminate loading screens altogether. There was a patent that was released that basically said, hey, moving forward with the PlayStation 5, they were saying, we're going to try to. The patent was reading basically. Hold on, let me get the exact the exact quote here. The article also explains that Sony is unclear on the patent. The patent was set to eliminate all loading screens for PlayStation 5 post-launch. So it won't be ready exactly at the PlayStation 5 launch, but post-launch, is what we can expect for PlayStation to move forward with their plans, to eliminate loading screens, quote unquote. Basically, and it right, yeah, right, and that's kind of that's what I'm excited for. Like I just want to see what they can do because. Well, yeah, quantum computing, you know what I mean? Like, they already said that that's something that they were going to do. But, like, that's what I'm excited for is, like, the limitations that we'll have. Like, I look at like Xbox and PC, and um, oh, that's sucky. That sucks. She keeps disconnecting. It's a bummer. I hate it when I do that. Um, but anyway, like I'm excited to see exactly like what Xbox Scarlet and PlayStation 5 can do. Like I look at Xbox and PC, and you see games like Elite Dangerous, Beat Saber. You see systems like the HTC Vive running on it, and the Oculus Rift. So these are all systems that PCs are set up for, like and like what their ability to do now with Xbox, moving forward into the next gen. I'm sure Xbox is going to have a VR system. Like eventually, like they partnered with Oculus, and I'm pretty sure that partnership is still like pretty solid. You know, so it's going to be interesting to see what Xbox's next gen can do, because it's one of those situations. Well, not just Xbox, just PlayStation too. Because it's new limitations, it's new boundaries. The solid state drive, the solid state drives. The VR capabilities, the backwards compatibility. And like this next gen is going to be really exciting. The problem is, for early adopters, there's going to be problems, and that's just, you can't avoid that. Were you an early adopter to the PlayStation 4? Yeah. I was not for the Xbox. I waited. I was like, nope, I'm gonna run my Xbox. That sucks. Yeah, right. How is the PS4 Pro? I don't have one of those. I just have a basic slim. Like, what does the PS4 Pro offer? Okay. So basically all the stuff that makes the thing faster. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Didn't they do upres though? It's not native, is it? Yeah, we're trying to move too fast for our own good. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm really excited for, as far as Xbox Scarlet. They're boasting like AK and all that. And we'll see. We'll see. That's one thing. Yeah, but for me personally, I wish they just get rid of uh get rid of the OS lag before upgrading the graphics to the home screen. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the PlayStation. Let me look at my handy dandy outline real quick. Fisher, yeah, right, and then the 1.5, right, yeah. Um, Yeah, that's one of the things you pay for with those so-called memberships, you know. But Xbox, they did away with the classic call system. Now in order to get help with your Xbox questions, you have to go online and then you have to submit a ticket to get a call back, and then they call you back. They give you an estimated time in which they're going to call you back, and then that's when you get a live person. Like you have to go to Xbox.com now, and it's yeah. uh, Well, I mean, it was one of those things, dude. Like, it was one of those things, dude, where like I was trying to join Game Pass Ultimate and it wouldn't accept my card, and then it's like, oh, if you want to join for $1, go ahead and select this option. Well, it charged me $9.99 because it was a lapse. But last time I talked to him, I asked him to turn off the automatic renewal. So I'm telling these guys, like, hey, I was overcharged for this. And then it just got to a point where I was like, I don't want to talk to you guys anymore. I'm just gonna go get the extra $1 and go join Game Pass. It's worth $1 just to not have to talk to you people. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just, you guys are frustrating. Like, super frustrating. Um, anyway, yeah, they're not making a 1.5 system. Basically, Microsoft was saying what you see is what you get with this next system. Now, I'm interested to see what Sony does here. If Sony is in a situation where they are going to release another console, I'm interested to see how who does better in the sales. You know what I mean? How much of a difference does it actually make? You know what I mean? Because the Xbox One X did all right, but I don't think it did better than the original system, even though the original system was out longer. You know. Basically the difference between the Pro and the regular PlayStation, except for it's native 4K on all of it, and basically it's a little bit more powerful than the PS4 Pro. I got what is it? Six teraflops, I think it said, which it's just a buzzword. Yeah, it's just a buzzword. They were just like, yeah, we got 6 teraflops in the E3 that they released, and I was just like, okay, what actually is this teraflop thing? And Google doesn't even give you a straight answer, dude. They're just like, oh, it's kind of like, how much power the console is. So like, I went and did the research, and it's basically how fast it's exactly like that's basically all it is. Right, right, exactly. That's exactly it. Or gigabytes. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm interested to see, like, I'm interested to see, like, how many. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive, but like, I wish they would have put it more in the. Oh wow. Oh wow. So these computers are doing like like hundreds of times more. That's insane, dude. But I'm interested to see. Right. I'm interested to see exactly where it goes with all this. Um, so, another big piece of news. You guys may have remembered a game at E3 called Elden Ring. Now, this is something we actually reported on a couple weeks ago. We reported that George R. R. Martin's imagination. This will allow George R. R. Martin's imagination to run rampant. Basically, is what it says. With that said, they'll actually be running through. They gave some details here. So when they say that, I'm assuming they mean writing. It was the next big game developed by FromSoft. Now you might remember FromSoft as the devs of Bloodborne or Dark Souls, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they did Sekiro Shadows Die Twice as well, or Sekiro, whatever you want to call it. Sekiro, whatever. but but yeah, I'm interested to see what they're able to do. That's FromSoft. You know, they're really famous for their high quality, hard type of games. You know what I mean? Dark Souls type stuff. Um, let's see if I can get the name of this guy right. If I butcher it, I'm truly sorry. But we're a no name stream right now, so I doubt he'll even pick it up. um, it's Hidetaka Miyazaki, and he's the president of FromSoft. He said it's basically an evolution of the Souls series. So basically, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2. This is going to be a more advanced series of that, and interested to see exactly where they go with the series. It's supposed to be. It's presumably very hard. They didn't give much more than that, you know. Um, I'm interested to see what they do with that and see if FromSoft sticks to their legacy of really tough games, you know. So, did you play the Souls games or the Bloodborne? How how did you like those? Because I wasn't a huge fan of Dark Souls. Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden was one of those. Ninja Gaiden Black. Oh my gosh, dude! If you haven't played Ninja Gaiden Black, I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass. Go check it out. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Part of part of what makes that game hard is that the camera system is a lot different than in 360. You know what I mean? So did you play the old PlayStation version, or not the PlayStation version, the old Nintendo version? Not Nintendo. If you get a chance, if you get a chance on the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo emulator that they have on there, go check it out. Ninja Gaiden's actually on there. It sticks with the legacy of Ninja Gaiden. It's tough. It's extremely tough. Exactly. Yeah, it's a rough game. Yeah, dude, I know, right? So like you have to slow down your gameplay. Like in Super Mario 3, if you try to just speed through the last world, you're gonna get owned. Like, you're not you're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a bad time. So, um, PlayStation. This was actually the most surprising piece of news for me. Um, PlayStation didn't really have a presence at E3, but they were there. If you guys remember us talking about E3 Part 2, which was the last episode that we just broadcasted, we actually did learn that PlayStation was at E3. Um, PlayStation was actually the third most popular publisher there because they were working alongside Microsoft and Nintendo. So basically, it was the whole Final Fantasy. Well, this wasn't just it, but this was a big part of it. Final Fantasy is coming to Xbox and and PlayStation. That's part of it, and then also PlayStation was playing nice with Nintendo, and also PlayStation's playing nice with Stadia. So all these consoles that you know basically Sony caved in on the whole idea that they're not going to participate with the other consoles, and that really helped them out in uh, um, the E3 publisher stuff. So they were actually the third most popular there. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to know exactly why it. If it was a money thing, that's one thing. But I'm interested to see why Sony didn't actually go to E3 because they would have been a huge buzz, you know what I mean? And in the past, Sony has had really good press conferences, with exclusives and the ability to like really reach out and get those advertising points out, and like that's something they don't have this year, and I'm sure they're gonna do more. Right, yeah, I was reading about that, and obviously stuff's gonna be more expensive. It is what it is. I'm willing to pay a little bit more as a gamer, I guess, to get what I want, but just make it right. That's very possible. I mean, that's very possible. I mean, PlayStation has some strong console presence overseas, which is, to say China and Japan and all that, and the console presence over there is actually really strong with PlayStation. So it's possible that those tariffs could have affected that. Basically, it's a risk reward situation. I wonder if PlayStation just wasn't getting the turnout for the E3 stuff that they were doing, in comparison to the money that they were putting out for the presentation. So, but they were the third most popular publisher there, so it's not like PlayStation didn't show up in some form or fashion, you know. Um, this was the last piece of news for this week. Um, Next gen consoles presumably a different level of power. Now, this isn't just to say Xbox or PlayStation. So, before everybody gets all uppity, just calm down, fanboys. This isn't one console or another. I actually did some pretty heavy research on this. Um, Basically, the speed and power that's going to be available for the Xbox Project Scarlet and PlayStation 5 is going to be contestable with today's PCs. Now, PCs are always improving. You're always getting new graphics cards. There's a GTX. What is it? 2080. Yeah, 2080. That's right. There's GTX 2080 out there right now. If you really want a burly computer and you just want to kill it, like you just don't care about it, you want to run every single game in the world, go get a GTX 2080. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Go get that. Like, but for me personally, like, I have a GTX 970 and I'm doing fine. You know, I will. Well, well, see, if I was to upgrade to the 980 and then crossfire the 980 with another 980, there's nothing that I couldn't run that a 1080 yard a 1060 Ti couldn't run. Maybe a 1080, but I mean, you're talking about a 980 and a 980 cross, dude. I mean, you're gonna get everything that you can get out of a higher end graphics card for a couple $100 less. Like, just get the motherboard that can support it. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like if you really crossfire like a Radeon, what was it, a 670, a Radeon 670 and another Radeon 670, you're gonna get the power of a GTX 1080. You know, so like why not go the cheaper option? It's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You would get a little bit better of a frame rate and a little bit better of trade offs. Trade offs. You know. So, but anyway, they're saying that those consoles are going to be contestable with things like my PC. You know, and I ran Gears of War Ultimate Edition, 60 FPS, 1080p. Um, I had some dips in the frame rate. It is what it is, but I mean, overall, it did really well. You know, it's Gears. You're gonna have dips in the frame rate. There's no way around it. Could possibly be the last available Homestead consoles. That's to say for Xbox and PlayStation. There was an article on, oh, what was it? Comicbook.com, I believe. And it was an article, again, I think written by Tyler Fisher. Basically, he interviewed a girl that was saying, you know, these might be the last available consoles from Xbox and Microsoft, just because they're going to be able to update and do so much more with these consoles. So it's going to be interesting to see if those are indeed the last Homestead consoles. Operating system, yeah, the Windows to rule them all. One Windows to rule them all. That's funny. Um, I well, PlayStation can do it right, and they can get backwards compatibility back to the PlayStation 1, and Xbox can get backwards compatibility right back to the Xbox. There's no reason these can't be the last consoles. There's none. You know what I mean? And Xbox knows that they're starting to waste money because the software is where they make their bread. That software is their bread and butter. Their computing system. That's what they do. Like they don't care about doing the hardware stuff. Like they will do it because it makes them money. But I mean honestly, Xbox is eventually going to become a stick that you plug into your TV. I firmly believe that. Just like Chromecast. You know, I can see it happening. You know, give it 10 years, and we'll have stuff like that easy. Um, something that the article did specify on is the new consoles allow for more innovation, stronger graphics, and shorter load times. Now, we talked about it in the PlayStation headlines. Basically, the shorter load times, they had a patent out for shorter load times on the PlayStation. Basically, they want to eliminate loading screens altogether. Now, what I wonder about that, and I kind of wanted to pose this question to you and see what you thought about it. Xbox, excuse me, disregard that statement because I will get hate mail for that. Microsoft and Sony partnered together, and that's to say that Microsoft was going to work on Sony's censorship technology, you know, because the PlayStation Move stuff isn't great. I wonder if by Microsoft partnering with Sony with the Xbox Scarlet, that they'll actually be letting Xbox use that patent to eliminate load screens as well. Think that's possible? It's, I mean, they did partner in gaming, you know what I mean? And that's not to say that you can put a Xbox disc in your PlayStation to play it. That's not to say that Xbox is completely crossplay compatible with PlayStation. But they did partner in the gaming industry to help each other. Sony's playing really nice with everybody right now. And if they play their cards right, dude, and they can get Stadia and XCloud and Uplay and, all these other streaming services on their console for cheap, they're going to be raking in the dough. You know, you got to do something. Yeah, yeah, you got to do something for sure, no doubt, absolutely. Um, so right, exactly. That's kind of what I'm looking for exactly. Um, they said, now the article that I was reading said more innovations, stronger graphics, basically pushing the boundaries of the new consoles. We're gonna see exactly what that means, and I think with the launch of Halo Infinity and the Xbox Scarlet, obviously there will be a Gears 6 in production by that time, and we'll get to see exactly where Xbox Scarlet can take us and where the PlayStation 5's quantum computing can take us. Um, I will say, be cautiously optimistic, because honestly, these consoles are doing a lot more than any console ever has. That means you're going to have to pay more, and that's, you get what you pay for in this industry. Now, you can wait until the prices go down. At that point, you got a bunch of games to buy, and you waited on the adoption of the new systems. That's probably, I don't know if I'll wait a year necessarily, but I will wait a little bit to get the new consoles. And if I need to, I'll adopt day one, because of the podcast, stuff like that. But if I'm able to play new games on my Xbox One, I'm good with that too. so. So we'll see exactly where that goes. I'm hoping that by pushing what they mean by pushing the boundaries of graphics and stuff like that, I'm hoping they mean essentially, the frame rates, the what's the word I'm looking for? The frame rates, the resolution. If they can if they can really legitimately get 4K 60 FPS to run properly at 60 FPS, that's impressive. You know, so we'll see exactly where that leads us. The last part that I wrote down for this, it gives the options for devs to push boundaries like never before. We talked about that just a minute ago. So that's pretty much it on the news front. Now, guys, while we have you here, I gotta let you know we don't get many questions at all. If you guys have questions for us, you guys want our opinion on something, you guys can do that at BTG Inferno on Twitter or at Irish1620 on Twitter as well. Also, he's at Irish1620 on gaming on Instagram, and then you guys can always send us questions on Xbox Live and PlayStation as well. My gamer tag is capital BTG space Inferno on Xbox Live, and then BTG Inferno 22 on PlayStation. So if you guys have questions for us, be sure to hit us up anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Are you streaming tonight, Irish? You streaming on Twitch? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be streaming some Mortal Kombat on Mixer tonight. So if you guys want to check that out, that's BTG_Inferno on Mixer. Just search it and click on the tab labeled live, and that'll be my stream. For now, and that'll be happening here in about, half an hour ish. Maybe less. Let's get out of here. Irish, where can they find you? Alright, awesome. And you can find me at BTG Inferno on YouTube. You can find me at BTG Inferno on Twitter. You can follow the Broken Controllers Facebook page. That's where we're going to post all of our streaming and stuff like that. And then also you can get me on Mixer and at BTG_Inferno on Xbox Live and Twitter, or Xbox Live and PlayStation. I already gave those out. So that's going to wrap it up for this week, guys. We appreciate you guys showing up. And be sure to check out the streams. That's going to do it for us, guys. So talk to you later. Boo.